darker than I expected. Turn a light on. Does that help? No, it's not helped at all. Sorry. Got all the lights on. Anyway, hello, how are we? That's so weird. I'm just going to put you over head a second. I'm going to see if I can open the blind a little. Have a look at the delights of which is coming. Not made any difference. Well, I don't actually know what I can do. I can't put any more light on. So how are we all this evening? Who here has made a junk journal before? So hello, Alison. Hello, Judith. Hello, Dominique. Hello, Caroline. And Julie. Sorry if I keep looking up over here because it's kind of like a multi-stream platform and I am on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I can see all the comments over on my screen, but it does mean it looks like I'm not looking at you. So I do apologise for that. So, has anyone made a junk journal here before? I'm not sure if Shona's on, but I know she made one in a live class that I did, because that is what we are going to do today. So I have a plethora of junk journals. It's something that I have made a lot of because they're a great way of using up your scrap papers. You know, sometimes I get to the end of a paper pad and there's a couple of papers left and you just want to use them up. I find junk journals are quite a good way to use them. So I'll show you a closer look at these. To be honest, I am never going to use these ones, mostly just because of the time frame that I have. I don't know what's going on with the lighting. Mostly because of the time frame that I have. I kind of stick with stuff that is my own brand. You have made one out of lots of spare envelopes. Perfect. Perfect. We can literally craft on anything. So these ones have sort of been done out of leftover designer papers. But this one I've literally made from junk. So that is an Amazon parcel. I did make this one slightly differently because I used the Dolly Dimples binding system. But this is literally packaging. That's cheesecake packaging. No, cheesecake packaging. I've got a video of this on my YouTube channel. Yeah. So this, I've done a few pages of it. So this one is literally just packaging. So traditionally, that is what your junk journal would be. It would be out of packaging. But I do tend to use it for using up, as I said, in the blurb, scraps of paper and backgrounds. You know, make backgrounds or mop up pages, paint palettes that while I've been painting. So I've got an array of different things. Oh, hello, Shona is in. Thank you. I am seeing your YouTube name as XLulux, so thank you, but I'm not sure what your actual name is, so sorry. But thank you very much, that's really kind of you. So another thing, I am going to be really, really cheeky. If you have the ability to share this live, I would so appreciate it. It does really help me as a small business. The more eyes I can get on whatever I am doing, it makes Facebook and YouTube think that you're enjoying what I'm doing, and then it pushes it out to more people, which then helps my business. So it's a great and free way of supporting small businesses. So, you know, by liking, commenting, sharing, all of those things really do make a difference. Hello, Sheila. So yes, thank you, Shona. That is brilliant. Right, so I'm just going to put you overhead now. This lighting is really dodgy. I don't know what is going on with that, but we will try and get that fixed for next time. So I'll turn you overhead. We'll have a closer look at these journals. Now this is going to be too bright, so I'll close my window again. You can see I've got a cup of tea. Right, we don't need this anymore, so we'll move that out of the way. And as you can see, I've got a plethora of thank you, Lucy. Okay, so I'm thinking that I might give 2 of these away at the end if you really want one. What I could do, Strictly was amazing, Susan. What we'll do is I'll maybe give away 1 on YouTube and 1 on Facebook. And what I'll do is I'll put one of these in, a JMC crafty goodie of some sort, and then maybe some elements from my bit box. But I'll just show you kind of the sort of thing. So this has just been leftover papers. And I tend to make little pockets. So it's just a great way of using up your scraps. Now I love art journaling, as you know, and having an art journal that's already got a starting point. You don't have that sort of fear of a blank page because you already have the blank page, and you can make sort of flaps in different directions. Hi Martine, hi Jan, hi Julie. Oh, sorry, I've got a cat that wants to come in. So we will work out a way. I'm hoping I've said hello to you all. Do you know what? I'm loving this, being able to stream in multiple places, but trying to keep on top. Hi Rianne. So that's one idea. So this one here, we've got scrap paper, lots of different bits and pieces. And as you can see, all the papers are different sizes. So what we'll do is we will make a journal tonight. And then in the next live, I will maybe put a poll up on YouTube. A poll up in the Facebook group, and we can decide which page we will decorate. I did have one. Oh yeah. Shona showed her. I actually did this as a live class in Inverness. So this is one where I've actually sort of decorated some of the pages in. So this is what I would then do with them. I would then use them as a basis for creating journal pages. My cat doesn't know what she wants. She's in and out constantly. So anyway, that's enough waffle. I think you're about to see the cat. There you go. There she is. No, leave my tea. You going? No, don't. Sorry guys, she stood on my... Sorry guys, I don't know what she's done here. Oh, you're joking me. This was going so well. Can you guys still see? Oh no, you can't. That's my cat. She's just... Right, hang on. Oh. Sorry guys. Oh, I know. Hang on. No. That was her fault. I'm so sorry. She walked. I've got a little gadget here that allows me to flip between screen and screen, and she literally just walked over it, and then I think she froze it. Phew! That was I had a bit of a mad panic there, and then I just totally remembered, because it wasn't moving. Even when I was clicking the different numbers, it wasn't moving. And then I remembered my husband said that box locks it, so you need to unblock it. She's not looking guilty, is she? She's looking quite happy with herself. You've been a naughty girl? Oh, hang on. You've been a naughty girl. There we go. No, this one. Naughty girl. Anyway. That's the joys of being live. At least it was a cat freezing something for a few moments and not a wall, a desk, a light, and a cup of tea crashing on my page as we were about to start, like my first live. But those of you that know, right. Oh, what a dreadful start. I've actually got more of you in the room than I've ever had before, so thank you so much for joining me. And I'm sorry it's not always mayhem like this, but anyway, let's flip round and get started. So what I've done is I have pulled out some pages from the JMC paper packs. So I've got some of those. I've got smaller scraps by my side, but I thought we'll start off with... I know why my... That's my husband on. What are you doing? Watching me? I thought you were busy. Hey, I fixed a technical issue all by myself. I hope you're impressed. Yes, don't work with children or animals. I fully agree, Kate. Absolutely. Right. So I've got also a pile of leftover palettes and background pages. This today, I was having problems with my sewing machine. For those of you that have seen my Instagram, I'm attempting to make myself an outfit out of an old duvet, but I was having problems with the tension of my machine. So I was just, so we've got that. It's your daughter. Oh, so Kezia. So this is my daughter, Kez. So for those of you that know, Kezia is actually watching with her friend on YouTube. I'm trying to talk my daughter into there's a junior sewing competition, and she is brilliant at sewing. She's made 2 dresses and she's made a handbag, and she won't enter it. So you can all in the comments tell her how amazing she is and how she should. There you go. That's what you get for joining there, Kezia. Okay, and then I have, because I do a lot of videos, especially on Create and Craft. Oh, very good. Okay, Lucy, I get it, Lucy. I didn't realise it was you. My daughter's having a sleepover with her friend Lucy, so they're obviously sat in her room watching. I also have a whole load of half-made cards. Nothing to lose cat. Yeah, isn't it? She'd be amazing. Cards that, like, as I said, when I'm on Create and Craft, I have to have various stages, so I end up with all these random cards that are just left. And I've also pulled out a whole load of envelopes. Okay, so I just thought we would have a play. Yeah, she should go for it, shouldn't she, Shona? Right. I am going to, I think we will get started with the front cover. And I'm just going to, let's have a look at what we've got. I want a fairly plainish front cover, and then we can just decorate it as we go. Should we have this one? I'm thinking this one because both my daughter loves yellow. Right, now the lighting has gone really. Is that going to? No, that's going to strobe. Okay. Should we go for? Let's have a little look. What have we got? I feel like we need a plainish cover. So, should we go for the yellow one or for this one as a front cover? Yep, see, are you seeing all these people, Kezia, that are telling you should go for it? She's so talented. Yes, Lucy, you're right. She's brilliant, isn't she? Okay, so what do we think? Should we have... It's because it's for a shopping channel that is... Everyone's saying yellow. It's because it's for a shopping channel that does sewing, and so the prize is that you could appear on it. And she's a bit nervous about that. But I mean, we're not even at that stage yet, and I think she should go for it. Right, so let's have this as our front cover. And then what I want to do is let's just fold a few random bits and pieces. And we will just try putting them together. I'm just going to make one signature today, so you can put multiple signatures in. I'm loving the fact that you're supporting every comment, Lucy. That is brilliant. Right, I am just going to see if I can brighten up this because it is annoying me a little bit. Let's see. There we go. I'm getting so confident that I can do these mid-live. There you go, that's a bit brighter. It was just bothering me. Right, I really want to use this paper, but I would like it to have the wiggly squiggly edge. Yes, Kezia's favourite colour is yellow. So that's why I feel that we should have a yellow one. I kind of want a squiggly edge within the journal, so I'm just going to... The girls will probably also be keeping an eye on time, are you girls? Because they know that once this live is finished, I'm taking them to Shakes and Cakes. So instead of them having a midnight feast and a film, we're going out to Shakes and Cakes. So yeah, they'll be making sure that I don't, that I'm not here too long. It closes at 11, so I don't plan to be crafting that long. I think we'd all get bored if I was crafting that long. Right, I'm just going to do that because I think having a wiggly edge within the journal would be... I'm just laughing at the fact that my daughter and her friend are like totally taking over the chat. Thank you, Jan. Right, so... And then what we gradually do is we'll put some bits and pieces together. Now what, see, will bother me, like if we think of that as a book, then we kind of have white colour, white colour, white colour, and that gets a little bit boring. So that's something that we can kind of look into. I actually really want to put this page in. As I said, this is from the sewing machine today. I love Shakes and Cakes. I love it, but it's just I can literally only have the sorbet every time I go, so that's just a bit boring. But you know, I'm sure they'll be delighted. This is school holiday sleepover treats. Oh, apparently Kezia's already bored. Thank you, Kezia. I love you too. Hi Guy, how are you? Thank you, Julie. Glad you like the paper. Okay, so we've got that. That's quite cool. Let's get a few bits and pieces. I really want to put some of... So this is a little bit of... I was showing how we did when the Angora stamp set was released. I showed how you can make that a continuous pattern. This one, that's the floral vines. So we have that, and then these ones have a bit of colour both sides. So what I'm going to do is let's just fold a few bits up and then we'll see what we've got, because we can add bits in later as well. I really fancy having the likes of one of these in, because I just think it's interesting. Never heard of Shakes and Cakes. It's a little bit like, if you've got a Casper's where you are, if you've got a Casper's where you are, that's, I can imagine you're crazy laughing. Right, it's a little bit like that. Basically puddings, ice cream and puddings. I'm going to cut that a bit short though, because I want it to stay within the journal. Right, what else have we got? And a whole load of goodies here. Yeah, see, I've got this one here, which I think is cool. Oh, that was quite cool as well. Right. Let's have a look. So, it's just really a lot of folding. You have a cute little dessert shop. This was, I was painting around a journal page and I quite like the frame it created. Okay, should we have a look at what we've got with all of this? I also really want this paper in it because I like it. What we can also do is flip the paper round. So if you've got papers in your stash that are double-sided, that would work really well. Got this Dalmatian one as well. Right, and then let's get a few envelopes. So I'm going to have that one. And I want this one, but I don't want to fold it centrally. So there's other things that you can just fold it a small amount, and then we can attach something the other side of the fold with that. I'll show you what I mean by that in a bit. Yeah. Let's see what we've got with all of this. So yeah, we're not too fat at the minute. Hello Tracy, how are you? Lovely to see you. Okay, so this one is going to be our cover, and I think this as an inside cover would be quite cool. But as I said, then we've got white and then white, which is going to annoy me. So we need something that's, but what we can do, as I said, is fold things the opposite way. I think that would be quite cool, but I want to not have it fully folded in half. You love cheesecakes, but not as good for you. That's the thing with me, Julie. I am dairy free and gluten free. So there's not many things that I can actually have. So I end up just having to. Now it's going to be interesting to see how the needle goes through that, but we'll see what occurs. I'm going to turn this the opposite way around. So basically we just get lots of different bits of paper and elements and bits of things and stick it together. I'm losing the ability to talk. Because there are any sheets of things that people have thought, yeah, that works. I've ended up with my cover being slightly bigger than... All of the colours make you happy. Thank you. Right. So, I could have... I think it'd be cool to have a really bright, colourful page in the centre. So let's do that. Fold that the opposite way. Okay. There's that. I'm just trying to see what we're like for how the signature will go. Probably get away with a few more pages before we have to sort of give up. I feel like we don't have a lot of variation, so let's see what we can do about that. Like by variation I mean like different size pages and things. Ben and Jerry's do a fabulous vegan ice cream. Are you going to come in and say hello to everyone, are you, Kezia? Only if you enter the sewing competition. If you want to come down and say a quick hello, you can. Oh, sorry, that was juddering a little bit. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create a bit of colour so it's not all plain. Okay, I definitely want that as my centre page. And then you sort of flip through it, and so that's just looking very white there. I don't really like. See, that's the thing, my papers aren't double-sided, so the other ones that I was showing you at the beginning, they were double-sided papers, which does make a little bit of a difference. Oh yeah, I wanted this one in. Right, very briefly say hello because I am.
Hello everyone.
Hang on.
Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Hello everyone.
Are you going to enter the sewing competition?
I might. We'll see.
Okay, right. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Okay. I think I'm going to have to commit to this particular journal now, and we'll have to add colour in by adding flaps. She's your double. That's the thing, it won't stay white once you start. Oh, thank you, Jan. It won't stay white once we start working with it. So let's have a little look. Mealy's our local oh, they do it brilliant. Yes. I love Mealy's. Okay, so let's have a look. So we've got that as a front cover. That, which is pretty cool. I like that. So then we have a thin page. We've got two smaller pages there. Which is not too bad. And we've got a big one. A big one. Quite a lot of big ones there. I think we need to break that up. So let's have a small one in between. Okay. So I just tend to do this just to make sure I like how it is looking. So I think that's not too bad. And what we'll do, so like as I said, we can leave it white like that. I just realised that is so textured. It's going to be a nightmare to do this page here because you can see all the lumps and bumps. But we'll like, there we go. That's Kezia saying nice to see everyone. Okay. So then we have that. That one. You see, we've got. Then we've got. Right. It's not perfect, but we'll go with it for just now. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is make that all nice and neat as possible. Let's move this stuff out the way. Oh, I really want to put that glassine envelope in. Where's a bit where we've got a few big bits together to break it up. I could put it there. Actually, I'll put it on that side. because I'm doing a, there we go, right. Right, so then what you need is something soft. So I actually have this We Are Memory Keepers piercing mat, but anything that's kind of got a little bit of cushioning, you could use like a few layers of felt, a few layers of paper put together. You just need to be able to pierce through and to have something fairly flat at the bottom. Okay, so I have a piercing tool here. If you've got an owl, an awl, is it an awl or an owl? Awl, that's how it's pronounced. You can use that, or even just like your normal pokey tool. Now, I don't believe in measuring. I never have measured anything in my life. So we're going to go with 3 holes. So I'm just roughly, once you've got it all neat like that and got it in there, it's into the V there. So we're just going to go into the centre and twist down until we've got a hole in the centre. Now this is approximately centre because as you can tell I didn't measure anything, and then that's it there on the outside in the spine. Okay. And then I'm going to do one sort of between half I don't know, I'm going to go about 1 inch in length of my thumbnail, and I'm going to do that one there and give it a good twist. I don't think your owl would like that. No, I don't think the Twit 2 owl would like that. Is it all? How's it all? Yeah, thank you, Caroline. And then I'm going to do another one about there. And I said, once we start decorating these things, it doesn't tend to matter too much. All we need to make sure is that those holes have gone through onto the spine, which they have. Okay, and then we need a thread. Now technically you need to use a wax thread. It's just a little bit easier if it has been waxed. Now I was really prepared. Oh, there it is. I brought a candle with me. So I did have wax thread, but I've ran out, but that's okay. So I also, in this little doodad what's it, have a needle. I just realised I've never put any of the cards in. Never mind any of these. But that's fine. We can maybe add those flaps and things. Let's not start redoing it. Right, so I am going to grab some thread. This is my box of, I used to do cross stitch long before I did paper craft. So I still have remnants of bits of pieces lying about. I also have, it's amazing what I have tucked away. Aldi have, oh, I'll have to, veganary. Oh, cool. Right, so I'm going to take some embroidery thread. I do find having that full amount of thread there, that's going to be a little bit thick, I think. So I want a good length of it. It's better to have too much than too little, because we can always chop it off. And I'm actually, because when you use embroidery thread, you can use any thread, to be honest, you just want to make sure it's as strong as you can get. So the embroidery thread does work quite well in the fact that there's 6 strands of it together. Your sewing journal with 12 children next week in a holiday club. That sounds fun. You have to show pictures with us. If anyone after this does attempt to make a journal, I would absolutely love to see your journal. Right, I'm making a pig's ear of this. Right, and then all I'm going to do is just, as I said, you can buy expensive wax threads, but all I'm going to do is just pull this thread along the wax. That's proving. So I've got put pressure on my finger there, and I'm just pulling it through, and it's just going to pick up a little bit of wax off the candle. And basically all that does is it just makes it a little bit slippier. So you can buy expensive wax thread, or you can do this. It smells nice too. And all it's going to do is just make it slightly slippier and easier then to thread through your journal. Okay, so this is a good chunky thick needle. I'm not just having a look. Chocolate mousse. Right, so I need to get this together, and it might take a little bit of sort of pulling apart and wiggling through. Basically, that we do have a centre hole in everywhere, so once we have gone through, I'm just putting that through the centre. Right, is there anyone watching on YouTube that is not my daughter and Lucy? I'm just looking at like giving a journal away. So I'm going in, and then I'm going to leave a little bit in the centre there like that. Okay? Because if not, I'll give away 2 journals on the Facebook thing. I don't quite know how we're going to do that, but then I'm going to get the next hole, and we're just going to feed that through all the different elements. Just going to find where the hole is. So it's alright if it slips because we've got it sort of centred. Right, that middle piece doesn't have that's fine. Okay, and then we're going to pull that up through here. I'm trying to work out what's happened. It's the thread is just going to pull. I've got my thread looped and not all of it's come through. There we go. This is where having it waxed really helps. Oh, Susan and Tracy are on YouTube. Okay. Right, then we're going to go down and back out through that middle hole again. Oh,
Burger.
Kezia, stop it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, that was my daughter on Alexa setting it off in this room. So sorry about that, guys. I'm really sorry. That's all right, Kay. Right. Just unplugged it from the wall. That was really naughty, Kezia. I can see you watching. Hi Debbie, yes. Right, so now I'm going to put this back through this centre So honestly, these are so easy to make. I spent years watching people make junk journals and being too scared to do them, thinking I'll never be able to sew it and I'll never be able to measure it. And honestly, I spent so many years just not doing it. And then I just sat and did it one day. And honestly, it is so easy to do. So please don't be put off. And even if the stitching isn't perfect, by the time we start decorating it and things like that, it's fine. We don't even notice. But I was thinking, especially if you only do one signature like this and you're not having to like put 12 signatures into a book. I mean, you can get to that level if you want to, but you don't need to. Okay, so yeah, it's a large. Oh, I'm sorry about your dogs, Judith. That's why I don't get done for copyright, because of the music turning up on a video. Right. So we're just going to put that down there, and then I'm pulling really, really tight. And then pulling tight again like that. Okay. So that is that, and then that's us sorted. So all we're going to do is I'm going to cut it. I'm not particularly going to cut it tight at this, like to the knot at this time. I'm just going to give myself a little bit. Now that can either go down with washi tape when we do that page, or I can take it out then. You're keen to have a go, please do, Jan, and please do share in the group. I would so encourage you. Shona has made one. Shona made one with me, and honestly, like when we started doing it, everybody... We've got some upside down mushrooms. Let's have a look. Right, so we're this way round. So this is how it's looking so far. It's okay, Kezia, not to worry. It's fine now. I just reacted. Hi, Liz. Okay. So, well, this is how it's looking at the minute. So we've got this sort of little flappy bit that we can do something with. So this is when we can start, and we're same here, this is where we can start to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'll add a few flaps now, just to sort of show you what I mean. And then we can do more as we go along and create the journal. So there's... You've never really known the difference between a junk journal and an art journal. I don't think there is a huge much. It's just kind of, I don't know. I use mine as an art journal. Some people use them to record things and have them as beautiful books for keepsakes and, what do you call them? Do you know, like photographs and things like that. Because I love art journaling, I use them for art journaling. And what I particularly like about it is, I mean, this isn't particularly even. If you wanted, you could sit there with a ruler and a knife and cut that down so it's all even. But we all pay a fortune for these journals with different substrates in them, and yet we've all probably got stuff lying about the house that we could use. So yeah, I definitely think it's worth doing. Right, let's see what we've got. So we've got a plain page there. So this is where we can start. These are going to be a bit big to put on us. This one maybe would. So we can do things like, if we want, we could glue this down. So let's get some glue. And yeah, I think junk journals are more for sticking bits in rather than, you know, yeah, I think all of them had their sort of starts, but I'm a firm believer that you should never pigeonhole yourself as a crafter. I get so many people saying, "Oh, I can't art journal because I'm a card maker," or "I can't do this because I'm a scrapbooker," But I think you just should transfer your skills. If you're a card maker, use your card making skills onto a journal. You know, if you like collecting bits and pieces, they're a gorgeous book to collect bits and pieces into. But if not, then that's fine. You can use, I personally use mine as an art journal because it's what I do. Right, so I've got that. I'm just going to try and grab some washi tape because that's, you can see I'm going to have issues with that sticking down. So let's see what washies have we got. You're a mess maker. Absolutely. It's not mess making, it's being creative and having fun. So I might not add in all the flaps and things tonight. But it's just, you can, as I said, you can very easily turn it from looking a bit plain and boring. And then, as I said, what I would do is kind of thinking, well, that's looking really white. That particular area, so how do I make that look a bit more interesting? So now, just by kind of sticking that in, we've got a journal that now goes like that. You don't have to, you can just have that there like that. So there are options. And all we've done is sort of stick that onto the bit of paper there. So then what you could do is, as you're crafting, like we had this little bit left over, so I could just sort of stick that onto there already because it kind of matches the page. So it's a great way of using up all your scraps. Let's just stick that one in now. You would stamp your favourite images in it, yeah? You could use it as a catalogue for the stamps that you own. Yeah, you could do, it's basically a book. You can do whatever you want with it. Use it as a notebook. Use it for your shopping lists. You can literally do whatever it is that you want with it. Oh, I forgot to put one of these in. Never mind. So what have we got now? See, this one, because it opens this way, I was thinking that I would struggle to put it in, but what we could do is put it in like that. I think what I will use for that though, because I can tell you now my glue is not going to cut it. So let's grab some of this red tape. Oh my word, Tracy, how exciting! Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Would love to do that sometime. So would Kezia, wouldn't you, Kezia? Disneyland, that'd be amazing. Yeah. So you can use it. Our Dawn, she makes herself a little journal every holiday before she goes on every holiday. And it's like, that's exactly what she does. She collects all her like ticket stubs and bits and pieces and photographs and things like that. This is curled up, which is going to be really annoying to craft on, so I'm just going to cut it like that, and we'll deal with that being squint another day. So now we've got a flap that kind of goes like that. That looks a bit dodgy like that, so we'll stick that down with another bit of washi just there, just to secure it. I love that. I think if we did a stencil over that with some texture paste and then gessoed all over it, you'd have some amazing texture. That was me trying to work out why my tension was like that. I'm not the best sewist, tailoress. It's kind of where my family started. My grandmother was a tailoress and my mum was a good seamstress, and she's been the one that's taught Kezia to sew. I can sew, but it's not, I'm not the best at it. Oh, your daughter works for Disney. Oh my word, that's epic. That is so good. Right, so we've got a little flap here that we can attach something to. So gorgeousness have we got lying around on the table that we've not used yet. So I've got this here, and that could just become a little, there's my little innocent cat twinkling away in the background. So now, by gradually adding these flaps in, we're taking away that, you know, I was saying that it was looking a bit boring because it was like white page after white page, but we're taking away the look of that now. So okay, so I'll pop that one in there. So as you can see, there's no skill in this. You wish you worked for Disney. There you go, life goals. This seems a bit wobbly. So I think what we will do is we will reinforce the stitching when we get to the centre page. So there's a few different ways you can do that. We can just put like, we can put, it's alright actually, I'm quite happy with that. That's looking okay. There's it. So I'm getting a little bit of movement in the book, so I've obviously not pulled it tight enough, but what we can do is when we're on this page we could just sort of washi tape that down, which I can do right now. Might affect the design when we work on this, but it's not too bad. Yeah, so your grandmother used to do hand finishing of suits and her granddad helped to do buttonholes and things. Awesome. So how did everyone get their crafty start? I was definitely surrounded by creativity. So now I've done that, we're not going to get the same movement. A little bit, but we can always do the same and put washi here. But it's good not for it to be too tight because it will bulk out as we sort of fill the pages. So I'm quite happy with that. We've got colour on that and we've got a small piece versus a ripped piece. We could have a flap that comes, can you have a flap that comes up? So we could have it so that it does that. So if we stick, I need to stick it to this page because I don't want to lose my glassine envelope. So let's get some glue on the back of this. I'll show you one journal that I made once we finish this. Right, I need to think of a competition question so that I can get the little bundles out to you. You started with knitting, which your mum taught you, embroidery, which your nan taught you. Oh, look, see? That is so cute. I like that. Okay, now this, do you know what? If we hadn't stuck that down, there's still a little bit of movement in it. We could stick something else. What have we got? Oh, we never put this in. So I could stick that down as well. And I said, don't worry about how rough all of this looks now or if things aren't as you would like them. Just going to pull this apart and stick it back down again. Because it's as we decorate the book that it'll all sort of come together a bit more. Okay, so now we've got that. I'm just going to grab some washi tape and stick that down. Even if I do want a blank page. But this is the thing, very often when we start an art journal page, the first thing we do is recommend you just get a little bit of colour down. Oh, hello Roz. How are you? Your mum was always getting involved in whatever she was doing. Yep. Roz made a junk journal with me as well, didn't you, Roz? Right, so I've got that stuck down there. And we've got that that's quite cool on its own there. We've got a little bit of movement here. We've got two skinny pages together here, so we could have some form of flap. That's got a whole lot of folded pages here that we never ended up using. Now, I don't want to... don't particularly want to lose any of them. Maybe that one. I'll sacrifice that one. Oh, do you know what? If I actually did it, I'm not sacrificing the whole thing. Let's stick this down here. And then once I've done this, we will do a flip through. Yeah, we can have that. Okay. I'm just going to, whilst I'm here, I've got lots of scraps of what we've got here. Let me stick that down. I'm going to stick that down there. Actually marries that bit there. While I'm here, just to sort of neaten that up. And then, as I said, what I will do is I will choose 3 different pages and put pictures of them all in the group, in the Facebook group, and you can choose which one we tackle next week. And then we can just gradually work through it all together. Right, I'm just going to neaten that off a little bit. Okay, cool. Right, let me just tidy my desk. Right, so you did crochet in primary. Cool, Lucy. That's awesome. Your first memory was colouring felt tip pens at your nan's. Oh, that's lovely, Claire. And making syndicals. Oh, paper and a stapler. That's brilliant. My auntie used to make the best syndicals because, like, we could never afford Barbie. We could only afford Cindy's. And I was always, like, very upset because Barbie's got much better clothes. But my auntie used to actually make these amazing gowns that look so much better than anything you got from the shop. So I had a Cindy, but it was always the best dressed doll out of all my friends, even though they all had Barbies. You learned to cross stitch and then started paper crafting 15 years ago. That's it. We all kind of started in different ways. I think it's great to learn people's creative stories. So this is right. So I'll show you this one, and then I'll show you some of the journals again, and then we will work out how we're going to do. I might just do a random generator thing on the group, on all the comments, and then I'm trying to work out how I choose 2 winners. Right, anyway, so this is the journal. So we've got this. Oh no, yeah, this. And we've got this that comes out like this. So who's going to try one? Okay, that's my stitching page. Then we've got this one that comes out like so. So has it helped? You're going to try one, Jan. Has it helped you to feel less overwhelmed and feel like you can just do it? Your mum was very artistic. She used to work for a company called Kalamazoo, and she had to copy designs for company checks. That is well cool. It's amazing how creating can help with our emotional health, Julie. You're going to have a go, Rianne. Excellent, because you've got lots of papers. Shona's going to make another one. Okay, that's our Dalmatian paper, part of the Criminella Villan kit. There's our centre page there. You feel happy about making one? Good. And Alison's going to make one. I'm glad I've made it simple, Alison. That's great. Susan's going to give it a try. Okay, then we've got this flat bit. I love this. I feel like we should just put a character in there and then we're pretty much done. Susan's going to try one. Okay, these few pages are a bit boring, but once we decorate them we'll be fine. Then we've got this, which is really textured. Debbie's going to try, Kim's going to try, Judith's going to try. Excellent. I want to see them all. Please do share them in the group when you make them. This isn't a favourite page, but you know, once we get a bit of crafting on this, you're going to give it a go in the second week of your holidays. It doesn't matter, Julie. Honestly, use what you have. Like this one here. So that was scraps. But this one here, I have literally made, this is an Amazon packaging. This was packaging. We've got brown envelopes. So traditionally a junk journal was that, it was junk. So you just collect a few different envelopes, collect some packaging, newspapers, old book pages, anything. Loads of jelly papers, exactly, that sort of thing. So even if you don't have papers or backgrounds sitting around, most of us have junk sitting around, and it can be done with that. And then I'm going to show you this one that I did. So this one is a journal, as you can see. So it goes this way, and then I had extra scraps, so I made a second journal and literally just glued it on the back. So you can be creative as you want. So that was a journal on the back of a journal. You've started saving packaging, Julie. Excellent. Right, so let me see. Who can tell me, and I'll just have to go with the first people I see. I'm just going to go with the first 2 people because I'm not sure how many people there are on YouTube. Okay. So, who can tell me what my grandmother was creatively? And I'll see the first 2 names that come up. I have mentioned what she used to do. You're going to make sure you just seamstress. That's Alison and Debbie. Well done. Alison and Debbie, you were the first 2. So if you message me in Facebook, then give me your address and I will send you a journal each that's already pre-made. Actually, I've got 4 more, so who's the other 2? Can I scroll back? Let me see if I can scroll back. So we've got Alison Horn, Debbie Dixon, Dominique, Elliot, and Caroline Watty. So you're the first 4. Since I've got 4 journals, may as well give them all away. Okay, so if you send me, put up your address in Messenger to me, I will send each of, this one, you're actually going to, whoever gets this one's going to have a random page done by me. That's okay. Just stick the green lacquer paint pages in your journal. You just paint over them. It's not a problem. Yeah, so whoever gets this one, I'm sorry, there's a page done. I don't think I've done, I might have another one somewhere. I've got my double. I've got this one. I've got a page. Anyway, we've got 4 going out. So I will give you this. I will give you a little crafty something from the shop of JMC. And I will put some bits of my bit box in. Okay, so let me... I've still got cats sleeping in there. So I better take the hyper children that have been bombarding the chat with us all this evening to Shakes and Cakes. Get them even more sugar high before trying to put them to bed. So I'm off to do that. As I said, I will take photographs of the 3 pages and I will put a vote up in the group. I will probably do that tomorrow. And then that's what we will do next Monday. We will do a page in our brand new junk journals. And please do give it a go. And even if your journal is not JMC papers and stuff like that, because you have done it on this video, I would love to see. So please still pop it in the group. I would absolutely love to see it. And I will see you all next week. So take care, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Bye.